As a Muslim, the only way you can truly get your spark back is by getting your iman back. So, let me tell you how I did that for myself, and inshallah, I am able to benefit others as well. Okay, so number one, you're not a victim. Okay, this is truly where growth starts. Okay, you need to get out of your victim mindset. Okay, you need to erase it from your life because it is not helping you, it is not helping anyone else. Okay, why? Because a victim mindset is a fixed mindset. Okay, you are stagnant, there is no growth happening. All right, so stop being a victim of your life, right? And I get it, it can feel so easy to feel sorry for yourself. It's a safe place, right? It's very comfortable, it's very safe. You cannot spend your entire life blaming others for the way that you operate and for the way that you are. Okay? It truly does get to a point. Do forgive me if that sounds a bit harsh, but that is just the reality. You've heard before that no one is coming to save you, and it is true. No one is coming to save you because no one knows how to save you. But you know who knows how to save you? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? Place your trust in Allah. First of all, accept your situation for what it is. And secondly, have tawakkul. Whatever you're going through, your creator will get you out of it and place ease in the situation as well. Truly understand that that victim mindset that I'm talking about is a form of abuse. You are not helping yourself, right? Nor are you helping anyone around you. So, what are you doing for yourself? Nothing, right? You're just feeling sorry for yourself. And my point is that you need to take responsibility of your own life and your own nafs, okay? Let's say the thing that happened to you wasn't your fault, okay? But know that it is entirely your responsibility to change it and to change your life. And it is your responsibility to heal, okay? That starts by changing your thoughts and your internal state, and you can absolutely do that. The reason why I bring up, internal state enough so much is because it is the thing that is probably controlling you and limiting you and stopping you from reaching your potential. So yeah, that is why I stress on it so much. In regards to this victim mindset, like, you need to get out of it. It is not helping you, it is not helping anyone. إن الله لا يغير بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. Allah will not change the condition of people until they change what is in themselves. Change in your life is entirely dependent on changing your internal state first, okay? Any external situation that you are going through is absolutely mirroring an internal reality in most cases. You need to shift either your mindset, your actions, your thoughts, your intentions, um, your negativity, and then only will you see a shift in your life, inshallah. I just want to be clear that I'm not saying you can't feel sad about something, or I'm not saying that, if you feel some type of way about something, like, it's a bad thing. We're all human at the end of the day. As long as you don't remain stagnant, as long as there's redirection, as long as these feelings are directed towards growth and directed towards becoming a better Muslim ultimately. Like I said in my previous video, it becomes a responsibility of one to do better. Are you taking care of your garden, or are you just neglecting it? Right? It is about your soul at the end of the day. So think about it like that. Also, your yourself, think of your body and think of your mind and your brain and everything that you are as amana, because that's what you are. You are a creation of God. So you would want to take care of it, right? And that goes beyond just, taking care of your physical self. It goes towards taking care of your spiritual self, your mental self, your emotional self, and your soul. So this also brings me to my next point, which is to never truly rely on anyone when it comes to your emotions, other than yourself and other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Stop looking for peace in the external, because you will actually never find it, you know? You will never find it. No matter where you look in this world, there is not peace for you. This world is not for us. We are simply travelers, and humans are very limited creatures, right? Like, we're very fragile, we're very sensitive, we're very complex, and we all have our inner chaos that we're dealing with. No human is kind of built to be able to handle fully another human's emotions. It doesn't matter how many years you've known the person, it doesn't matter how close you are, it doesn't matter how many years you've been married to them. You cannot hold that expectation over someone to fix you or heal you. That is not their job. We need God for our soul, we need God for our emotions. وإذا سألك عبادي عني فإني قريب أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعان فليستجيبوا لي وليؤمنوا بي لعلهم يرشدون. My servants ask you, O Prophet, about me. I am truly near. I respond to one's prayer when they call upon me. So let them respond with obedience to me and believe in me. Perhaps they will be guided to the right way. Um, you know, as a society, and I mentioned this in my last video, we have normalized placing reliance on humans to fix us when we quite literally have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is a shafi, the cure, the ultimate healer, the healer of the body, the healer of the mind, the healer of the soul, right? Allah is capable of that. So go to Allah for that. When it gets heavy, talk to Allah. Normalize sitting on your prayer mat and just letting it all out. Like, guarantee it's going to feel so much better because there's levels of vulnerability that you can get to that you would not even have imagined, right? It really helps. It really helps. You get that satisfaction. You feel so, after a fat, heavy cry, like you feel so good talking to Allah. ولقد خلقنا الإنسان ونعلم ما توسوس به نفسه ونحن أقرب إليه من حبل الوريد. Indeed, it is we who created humankind and fully know what their souls whisper to them, and we are closer to them than their jugular vein. I mentioned this verse before. It's because I truly love it, and it is like a constant reminder of how close God truly is to you. But really sit with this because for me, like personally, knowing that God is right there, closer to you than your jugular vein, like it's a level of comfort that I've never felt before and full of peace and closeness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that like it really makes you like love him more because it's like, what do you mean you're closer to me than the jugular vein, right? You can hear my thoughts, you can hear my internal monologue, you can hear my unspoken thoughts, my thoughts before they're even formed. Allah can sense your pain before you're in pain. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no limit to it. Um, which is the crazy thing. Which is why we really need to, inshallah, reevaluate our relationship with Allah and strengthen our relationship with Him because He really has all these qualities and He really has all these personality traits. Like, Allah is like Latif, like the polite, Latif, sorry, the gracious. These characteristics that are so like wholesome, and it's like use that to obviously evaluate your relationship with Allah and then fix it and let it create like a sense of God consciousness, like taqwa. When you adopt the fact that Allah is truly that close to you and that He's always watching you, then surely you'd want every decision and every move you make in life, like you'd want it to be pleasing in the eyes of your Lord. And you wouldn't want to like to know that He's right there, to know that He's watching, He's listening. You want to be conscious of the acts you do, of the things you watch, of the things you listen to, being mindful of Allah, intentions as well. If like you're about to do something, redirect your intention so that it is whatever act you're about to do, it should be to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It should be with that intention. And if it's not, then redirect it. Say, okay, I'm gonna do this because it's going to please my creator. I'm going to do that because it's going to please my creator, because there's not a single moment where He's not watching. So surely that should shift something in you. It should. If it's not, then think, like, sit with it. Yeah, my Allah is watching. Like, I should really be mindful of the things I'm consuming, of the things I'm doing, of literally anything. Is this thing going to please Allah? Will this make Allah happy? Develop that God consciousness and mindfulness of God. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَهُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِ يُسْرًا. And whoever is mindful of Allah, He will make their matters easy for them. Sorry, I've lost my voice a little. Now, my next point is you need to replace your greed with gratitude. Okay. We hear every single day, like, be grateful, be grateful. Well, let's talk about like the extent of gratefulness that we need in this life and what it means to truly be grateful. Okay. You need to quite literally be grateful for everything. And you need to be grateful for the small things. Okay. If that's something you struggle with, right? Quite literally look at what's in front of you. And I mean this in a literal sense. Like in front of you, if you're sitting on a desk, grab the first thing you see, this pencil. How many times have you picked up this pencil to make a to-do list or write a creative idea down or make a little sketch? How many times has it allowed you to write your thoughts and your ideas and your visions to physical form, right? When you write, you're transferring it into notes. The pencil has the ability to turn into notes. And that is a crazy thing. You really need to change the way you view things because when you start appreciating the small things, you will truly see how blessed you truly are and how much you have. SubhanAllah, Allah has blessed me with so much. On a personal level, I love my room. I love because it's my safe space. It's like my little sanctuary. So I took my time and effort to curate my safe space and buy things that make me happy. Start with quite literally what's in front of you. This paintbrush. How many paintings has this paintbrush allowed me to make for myself or for someone else? You need to start like dissecting things like that because trust me, it is that deep. Like everything is that deep. You need to make it that deep because inshallah like that is the type of perspective that allowed me to appreciate like small things in life as well. The more you do that, the more your brain just picks up on doing it naturally and you will find yourself doing it more and more until it just becomes like a habit, right? You went out for a coffee with your friend, let's say you had a nice latte with cold foam and caramel syrup. Just really savor that drink, and God quite literally gave you taste buds to taste the drink, right? You know what I mean? Like, you need to be annoying about it, okay? Take more space in the room, be more annoying, leave the stupid, nonchalant epidemic. I think it might be that as well, right? We as a community are failing because we are caring less, okay? So care more, savor that drink, talk about it, okay? And stop letting social media trick you into thinking that these things are small. We have access to too much these days. We compare too much of our lives to influencers and people on social media. Like, stop doing that. Sure, in the grand scheme of things, like an iced coffee or like a pencil or a paintbrush aren't that big, but truly need to appreciate the things that are in front of you right now. Because if you don't even appreciate what's in front of you right now, you're truly never going to be satisfied with whatever you get, because your brain is just conditioned to be that way. Your brain is conditioned to just constantly want more. So if you have something that, you know, like you really want, how do you know? How can you trust the fact that you will truly be satisfied or happy and grateful? You need to look at what you have right now, be grateful, and inshallah, Allah will reward you with more as well. وَإِذْ تَأَذَّنَ رَبُّكُمْ لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. And remember when your Lord proclaimed, if you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor. Okay? Saying that if you're grateful, He will increase you with more. He will give you more. So really just learn to shift your thoughts, learn to train to think that way. Because trust me, like, you will notice a shift in your life and you will notice a shift in just the way you move, the way you thank Allah, and surely Allah will give you more. Allah said the more grateful you are, the more He will give. Also, this doesn't mean don't dream big, chase goals or want more. You can always do all of that, but whilst you're doing that, don't forget about what you have, okay? I think another thing that really helped me, creating art really, really helps. I think as human beings, you are supposed to have some sort of outlet where you can release. Okay? And this can be in any form. As human beings, you have a lot of like energy and creativity. I believe every human is very creative in their own ways. You really need to find what you're truly passionate about and what. And I saw somewhere that if you are an overthinker, you need to be an overcreator. Okay? And I saw this on a TikTok and I found it so funny. I was like, I need to talk about this because if you're an overthinker, you need to be an overcreator, which yes, that makes so much sense, right? All these when you have so many thoughts, you're ultimately just like you're creating these imaginary scenarios in your mind and they feel so real that it convinces you that it's true, right? Like that's the essence of overthinking. Like you're basically a creative director. Like you're a genius. You're a genius because you're creating these movies in your head almost. So when I saw that, that changed my perspective. I was like, that's quite true, right? Having the right outlet to put into, you need to find the form of art that works for you. I think every human needs to create. For me, like I love painting. I've been doing it since I was like 2 years old. So I don't think I will stop doing ever, inshallah. The opposite of depression is expression, and the opposite of overthinking is expression. This point is kind of dark, but it's just getting comfortable with thinking about death. I'm not gonna get too into that right now. I don't mean that in a scary way. I just think that like as Muslims, like it's just a constant reminder that like this dunya is temporary. It just reminds you truly what is important and that you shouldn't lose sight on what's important, right? The more you think about death, the more conscious you will be with the decisions you make and ultimately redirecting everything into pleasing Allah. There's only one thing in life that is certain, it is death. There's one thing that we know is going to happen for sure. It's not something you can fight. It's not something, it is a fact, right? The reason why I say to get comfortable thinking about it is because when you think that way, I think you will naturally have a shift in the way you move in life and you won't lose sight of what's important, right? With the way you speak, with the way you dress, with the way you carry yourself, with think about what's actually important, don't lose sight of. And this specific thought helps me a lot. It might not be the healthiest, but it helps me. So yeah, and I think as Muslims, that is something that we need to be mindful of constantly, right? Like this dunya is not ours. You need to think about the fact that your time can come at any time. We're all gonna go back to Allah one day, inshallah. And how can you better yourself as a Muslim every day? And yeah, what are you actually doing to be better? Comes down to taking those steps, okay, and thinking that way. And we fixate so much on material things and the worldly life, and it's never worth it, and it never will be worth it. Take care of your soul, take care of your iman. Like it is sacred. It should be sacred. It should be something that you take with pride and that you care for and that you water, and know that God doesn't demand perfection. He just wants you to try.